Greetings! This is Lambedal's second tutorial on making action figure sandals. You'll need a piece of transparent plastic, some cardstock, some sticky back foam and a push pin, some embroidery floss, and your tools: scissors, a ruler, a permanent marker, and a pencil. The first thing to do is trace your action figure's foot onto the cardstock. My model today is a G.I. Joe, but you can use any 1/6 scale action figure. Next, you will smooth out the edges so that the pattern has the shape that you want your shoe to have. Now cut out your pattern. And then stick it down on the transparent plastic and trace around it with your permanent marker. Next, cut out your template. And then we will push the push pin through the center of the template like so. Use the push pin to secure the template as you trace around it on the sticky back foam. After you trace the first foot, flip the template and then trace the mate. You'll need to trace 2 pairs of soles and then cut them out, being careful to keep the edges as smooth and even as possible. You'll end up with 4 soles. The next step is to measure a 12-inch length of embroidery floss. Use that piece of floss to measure out and cut 2 more pieces of floss, and then fold them in half and cut them in half. Now knot all 6 strands together. And then when you have finished, braid the 6 strands to make the cross pieces for the sandals. When you finish the braid, make a knot in the end. And then cut 3 more strands of floss and braid them in the same way. These are the pieces you'll assemble. Take up the first piece of braid, cut it in half, leaving the edges loose. Then get your inner sole, peel off the backing, position it under your action figure's foot, and then stick the braid just under the base of the big toe and stretch it across the top of the foot and stick it down behind just under the instep. Now you'll need to trim off the knot and then stick the second braid once again under the toe and stretch it diagonally across the top of the foot and stick it down behind just under the instep again. Then we'll trim off the second knot so that everything is nice and neat, like so. Now take up the matching outer sole, peel off the backing, and stick the inner sole to the outer sole, being careful to align them. Looks pretty good. Let's try that on for size. Perfect fit. Now we'll repeat those steps to make the second sandal. And Toshiro swears these are 1,000 times more comfortable than combat boots.